Being a dentist is equal parts awesome and annoying. I should know. I've been one for 19 years. My name is Paul, Dr. Nacho Goodman, and it's a roller coaster of emotions from feeling like this to feeling like this. But what if there was a way for us to learn stuff that would increase our success, decrease stress, and most of all, reduce the number of times we feel like crying inside a day? And that is what we do on Talking Nachos. Talking Nachos is about helping you increase your success, feeling better about what you do, improving both your money and morale, and just making you a happier dentist and human. I'm going to be interviewing awesome key resources and sponsors that can help you survive and thrive and live your best dentisting life. If you would like to be a guest on Talking Nachos, if you would like to know about Talking Nachos, if you'd like to say, what is the deal with dental nachos, just text nachos to 215-543-6454. You'll get an immediate prize, $143 prize in honor of my hero, Mr. Rogers. 143, his favorite number. I love you. And you'll learn all about our community. So I'm ready for our first guest, Ariel, to share with us what they do to help dentists and humans. Awesome. So I have here Dr. Craig Copeland, Chief Dental Officer, and JD Stacy of Community Dental Partners. So I always like, what is the deal with that? So what is Community Dental Partners, guys? Share with us what you guys do to help dentists.
Go ahead, Craig. Well,
I think Dr. Craig is having audio issues.
Lucky we have you here as co-pilot of the show, JD. So we'll let you start until Craig. We can hear Craig. My wife would like that button for me. Just mute me in life. So Craig, if your wife needs that, we can send it to her.
Yeah, I think that was by design. That's I pushed the button so that I can jump in here. Community Dental Partners. We're a dental support organization. We support roughly 70 different dental practices, mostly in the state of Texas. We're starting to expand across the country. Our main goal is that we make sure that we partner with doctors and dentists. We want to be able to provide the support that they need so that they can be successful at their jobs. They don't have to worry about the minutia of trying to run a practice, of trying to hire and fire. Our job is to partner with them, make them successful. I don't know if we have Craig back on, but
Craig, you can jump in if your voice is available at any time, but looking at this. So, JD, we've had an opportunity to talk before. I do a lot of different jobs in this world: dental practice owner, dental practice broker, Dr. Nacho guy, high-level breakdancer. No, just kidding, not that one. But let's demystify the DSO, because I know our dentist people, we're mainly solo practitioners out there. I work with 9 other dentists. But if I join a DSO, are you going to make me change everything I do? Are you going to take away all my burrs and make me drill with the single scaler? Are you going to make me put Arrestin on top of Arrestin, inside of Arrestin? Tell us, because I'm here for the straight shooting story. Is that what you guys do when you partner with dentists? Make them change everything?
Yeah, Paul, it's an awesome question, because that is everyone's concern. It's the same concern we have. It's why, and we look at our partner doctors, Craig and Chad, and really that was their concern from the beginning. Where I feel like DSOs have failed in the past, not all, some, is they aren't what they say they are. They aren't a dental support organization. And that's what we pride ourselves on being. The doctors know. The number one thing to us is doctor autonomy. They need to make sure they can do their job. If we're getting in the way of that, then we're failing as a DSO. We need to be supportive to them so they can do their job better. That's the primary misnomer out there.
Like that. I like to, because it's always about the right fit for the right doctor, the right solution for the right person. Just like we do customized treatment plans for our patients, I connect with DSOs daily. Some are doing an awesome job. Some, like from when I was second grade report card, need some improvement, but it's the right solution, right one. Craig, do we have you back yet? Or
I'm sorry, I had some technology issues, but let me speak to a little bit more with what you're saying, because what you're actually describing is what we called a DCO, a dental control organization. And so you definitely don't want to be part of that. Now there are some things that you should be looking for coming out of school, right? You should be looking for some mentorship. Yeah. Now it shouldn't cross over to the autonomy part, but every student doctor that I talk to is saying, "Hey, I really need this mentoring. It's actually the number one thing on my list."
Awesome.
So where is that line? And you'll have to, ask those questions to get there. But again, the dental support, we always capitalize the support because that's the most important part.
I love that. I want to just go get my best friend I brought here. Okay. It's my phone, one of my best friends. To learn more about what you guys do, you can text CDP to 215-543-6454. The whole goal of Dental Nachos: share more, care more, be aware more, and JFO, which means just find out about solutions for you. So as we wrap up, Craig and JD, who are you? Someone's watching. Who should reach out to you? Where are they in the dental circle of life? New, medium, seasoned, about to retire, in dental school. Who are the people that should reach out to you to find out more about community dental partners?
JD, you want to get that one?
Yeah. So Paul, honestly, we work with dentists at any place they are on the path.
Awesome.
We pride ourselves in taking brand new dentists right out of dental school and teach them the pillars of success. And pillars of success doesn't necessarily mean clinical. As you and I both know, Paul, when you and I talked a few months ago, there's so much to a psychology of dentistry that we need to teach them how to be psychologists and business owners. And I mean, anywhere on that, if you're a dentist that's experiencing complexity and you're ready to retire from some of those things you don't want to do anymore, they should call us. If you're a doctor coming out of school and you want to get started right, be mentored right, you should call us. So honestly and truly, wherever you're at, if you're experiencing pain or frustration or fears, those doctors do really, really well with us. Really well.
Love that. Thanks, Dr. Craig and JD. Stick around if you guys can. Appreciate you guys sharing. Love you guys being a key resource and sponsor, helping dentists live their best life. It's always about the right solution for the right dentist at the right time. Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
So as we bring up our next guest, I want to share something with you. You can bring them up whenever we're ready. As a dentist, people are not nice to us. Sometimes we walk in ready to have a good day. You know what a patient says? I just want to let you know I hate you. I don't hate you. I hate the dentist. And I say, we don't hang out after the office, Millie, so it feels like you hate me. So wouldn't it be wonderful if people said nice things to you? So my next guest, amazing key resource and sponsor, for Danny from Swell. They help people say nice things about you. So Danny, tell us a little bit about what you do at Swell, your role at Swell, and how Swell helps dentists increase their happiness level.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Paul. First and foremost, communication has changed. I know it's played out to say that now at this point, but the way that patients are finding practices, the way that they're doing their initial searches, the way that they're auditing whether they would like to go in and get a cleaning and potentially be a patient for life, wanting to connect with practices in terms of reaching them through text, online capabilities. The avenues that practices need to have now are very different than they were even 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So at Swell, our number one thing is to help practices stand out online. Right now, Google is king. Dentists near me, and there are practices that are popping up front and center, thousands and thousands of searches. We can help practices show up in those local search results and broader search results through the power of online reviews. But then as the additional traffic comes to the website and social and text message and whatnot, we've developed a platform that takes all of those communication channels and centralizes that communication into one hub where you're not missing a message, you're not confused about where things lie in conversation. It's a history of all of those channels and conversation.
I love that. I mean, I've been with you guys for a while, and you guys have helped us get hundreds of reviews. I still love seeing a Swell review on my phone because I just want to know, Danny, being a dentist, it really can be like this sometimes on the inside part of your body. So when you see it's great, but now you guys are like Disney Plus, Swell Plus. So you don't do only reviews. You also have this enhanced Swell service. You can use Swell Plus. Take it from me. It's fine. Tell your marketing team, Swell Plus. Tell me, so you know our dental people, they're a bit suspect, conspiracy theory driven, make your grandmothers look open-minded. Tell us a story like, have anybody been like, this is never going to work, but I'm going to try it, but now they're thrilled that they've connected with you? What kind of impact have you had on their practice, their morale, something like that?
You know, here's a fun story. This 3-location practice recently was raving about their online reviews and whatnot. But then as we dug a little deeper, they were on the struggle bus. In fact, their last review was a 3-star, and it was around a year ago.
Yeah.
And they were wondering why they weren't seeing online traffic. And so we said, hey, you've been begging people to give you reviews and you've had limited success. We've cracked the code on sending a personalized, aesthetically pleasing, convenient message to a patient where it's in the palm of their hands in the PMs when they're finally done and they can pay attention. It's a one-click link and we will flood your page, and that 3-star and all of these other negative reviews will be buried in no time. And we plug it in, and in month 1, you have to scroll down to the bottom. We're at 40 reviews in just 1 month, and you scroll down and can't even, I mean, patients aren't looking that deeply.
For sure. And the key point is it helps your morale, it helps your money, helps you share your story. And, you know, I'm part of these different Facebook groups, and as in a community, there's Facebook groups. So people say, who should I go to as a dentist? And they list our office, they list the other office. We have a good dentist. But then those people go look at our reviews to make a decision. And we have 10 times, or at least 8 or 10 times the amount of our nearest colleague, not competitor. It's not a fight. Our nearest colleague, they're good too. But it just shows you that you can share your story. Patients often, one thing I want to bring to life, Danny, is patients often will mention your team members in the reviews, which is awesome. They mention them by name. Kate was great. Dawn, and then you can read them at your team meetings to bring positivity. And so, Danny, let's say someone's watching, they're a practice owner. And we've had so many Nachoers sign up for Swell, you know, as a key resource and sponsor. But let's say it's the first time they met us. What do they do next? What's the next step to learning about Swell? Taking a demo? Tell us about that.
There are 2 things. Number 1, I want practices listening and owners today to search themselves on Google.
Cool.
I want them to look at 3 things: their star rating, the number of reviews that they have, but third and most importantly, how recently or frequently are those reviews coming in? And they should be coming in on the daily. Depending on most offices' patient flow, they should be seeing daily reviews. If they're not, they're missing out on an incredible opportunity to leverage Google My Business page to generate new patients.
So
if you whether you're struggling or you think you've got a good start, we can put gas on an already existing fire. Spend 20 minutes with our sales team. Call in or email at sales@swellcx.com. We even have a special link that will
special text code for you. And also, can you just, Nacho, everyone, can you just take the demo? The demos are free. Just have your team take it. Worst you could say is no. I've had so many people say, thanks for recommending Swell to us. I just have one last question before we jump off, Danny. So you met me in Miami in person. I just want to know, am I a little bit funnier and handsome in person, or a lot of bit funnier and handsome in person? Is this the type of energy I am in person? Tell me about your in-person, not Dr. Nacho experience. I
got to tell you, I felt lucky to be in your presence.
Oh, thanks. That's what my wife says every day. That's how she wakes up. So I appreciate it. Someone said, love the energy. Lucky to be in my presence. Put that on my appreciation board. I get some arrows. I need an appreciation board and the arrow board. So thanks, Danny, for being an awesome person, key resource and sponsor. Love meeting you in person, and thanks for what you guys do at Swell.
Yeah, it's great to meet you as well. There at the Casino Royale. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Yeah. Thanks.
All right.
So seeing just 2 people, you've learned about different topics, right? A huge picture, signing up to find a job, sell your practice, community dental partners, having people just say nice things about you to grow your practice or just feel better. So I'm ready for our next guest, whenever you are, Ariel, to share with us. So we have Joshua Kim from 7 Accelerator. He is a new to our Nacho plate, not a key resource and sponsor yet, but we just wanted him to share his story. He has a very interesting story. And Joshua, share with us how you help dentists and what 7 Accelerator does. You might have lost your sound there for a second. So
it would help if I unmuted.
Okay.
I was going to say, yeah, bummed I missed you in Miami at the Sounds of Sea convention. I met a lot of great people down there. But you know, my specialty, my expertise, how I work with dentists, I help them raise money for growing their business. Navigating the world of financing is often a complicated and, you know, really a headache-inducing process, especially for dentists. You just went to school for 10 years to be dentists. You shouldn't have to go, you know, start from scratch and figure out, you know, how to go raise money and all this other stuff. Not a productive use of time. So I help dentists navigate raising capital for anything from buying another practice, buying out a partner, you know, buying a building, getting capital to, you know, just in general expand their practice, refinance stuff. Backstory, I'll go into it. I know you and I had a chance to get acquainted. But
well, let me just interject for a second. So one of the reasons why this is so important is I just got a call last night from one of my best friends from my residency program, who's a prosthodontist now, and he said he did a program for his graduating residents about just how money works in the dental world, how to value practices, how to get money. So just in a more fundamental way, Josh, people are getting this money from you to do what exactly? What are like 3 examples? Buy the 4th practice, buy their 1st practice, buy their own DSO? Give us an example.
Yeah, so I'll tell you, the good thing about it, there's a broad use. I'm working with guys that they have my help, and I'm helping them buy 4 practices. I have people who they need a loan to go buy the building to set up their first independent practice. They're working as an associate somewhere else right now. And, I know that a lot of lenders are out there that do not, I specialize in doing the SBA financing. So for anyone who cares to know the difference, a lot of the conventional lenders out there offer great terms for a dentist, about up to $1 million. Above and beyond that, they clam up and they're not that helpful. Gotcha. I've worked with some dentists that have 5 practices already. They go to the bank and they want to go get some more money to buy another building.
This is normal, dentist, because I've learned this too. My podcast partner, Rob Montgomery, the Dental Amigos, you don't do second molar root canals through crowns. You don't take out impacted wisdom teeth on patients as a general dentist. So my understanding of this world is banking partners are the same. They have a comfort zone for lending to this amount, and then you guys have a comfort zone outside of that. Does that make sense?
Yep. And so what I've generally seen is, for the first $1 million, conventional financing is probably going to be the way to go. I have relationships with the conventional lenders. More of my wheelhouse is with SBA. And what's nice about working with me is I'm not one individual lender. Yeah. The service and the value that I bring to people is I have a network of lenders across the country, and I know what each one of them will do. So depending on, hey, let's say, Paul, you came to me and said, hey, I need $300,000 of just growth capital for one of my practice locations. That loan would go to a different practice than, hey, I need to go buy 2 practices with real estate over here. It would go to a different lender because it's a different project, different type. So the reason I have this realm of expertise is I know I talked with you about it, but I actually bought my first business with an SBA loan at 19 years old. So I got started young in the space. I know I look young, I kind of am. But my wheelhouse, in order to get that done, I had to talk with a lot of lenders and really learn firsthand exactly how the whole world works, because not every bank is the same, like I said. And just because they do the same SBA 7A and 504 loan programs, a lot of times you're going to run into lenders, well, we don't do it this way. We don't do it that way. And so where I help with dentists, I'm helping a total of about 17 dental practices right now raise capital, anywhere from $300,000 of working capital just for growth, maybe refinancing some higher interest equipment financing loans, all the way up to, hey, I need $4 million to go buy a group of practices.
And so this is really awesome. And what you're bringing to life, this whole world of transition is about a team, right? Someone who gives you money, an attorney, an accountant, a financial coach. So these are huge, big life decisions. Dentists will spend more time researching their lab than they will necessarily their transition. And that's how they burn their nachos. So I appreciate you sharing that you have creative financing. I love that you've kind of put it in this bucket of $1 million plus as a practice transitions broker. I know that's the case. Someone's on their 3rd or 4th practice and the banks are finished with lending to them. So, and you were on a podcast with my great friend, Dr. Mark Costas. Was that correct? You were on his Dentalpreneur podcast?
I'm actually working with him right now, lining up some financing for a possible practice purchase or 2. Cool. So hopefully we get that done. That'd be a great case study.
He's an amazing guy, has an amazing business sense. I'm going to be out at his event next month. But Joshua, if someone's watching, what's the best way for them to reach out to you if they want to JFO, just find out more about what you do?
Yeah, so you can definitely go to my website. It's 7accelerator.com. You can always shoot me an email at josh@7accelerator.com if you want to reach out, learn a little bit more. I'm updating our site a little bit to have some more details on kind of what we do and whatnot. But if you're contemplating raising money, you need capital for something, or you just want to explore what options there are. I mean, right now, I think I was telling you, now is the best time to go borrow money right now, because the government will pay the first couple months of the loan for you because of the stimulus incentives. Everyone knows about PPP, EIDL, and all the HHS stimulus money that anyone involved with healthcare got. But what a lot of people don't know about is if you go out and get a 7A or 504 loan right now for just, a general loan of, anywhere from $100,000 up to $10 million with a 504, the government will pay the first 3 months of the loan for you.
Those are the reading of the rules of things that are very hard to figure out if you're not in this space all the time. Just like you could read how the bonding agent works, but you would mess up applying it. So use that. Say, hey, I could read how the bonding agent works in the back of the bottle, but I would mess up. Well, thanks so much, Josh, for being on. I really appreciate it. Great to meet you, and I appreciate you sharing with us.
Awesome.
As we wait for our next guest, I want to share with you the number one thing that makes me cry inside, and maybe sometimes on the outside, like this, is dental insurance. So imagine if there was a way where you could remove dental insurance from the relationship with your patients. Imagine if we lived in a far away, futuristic land where you didn't have to worry about dental insurance as much? Well, we're here with my friend Tom Camarota, key resource and sponsor, who helps our office do this. Our in-house membership club is one of my favorite things. We have a thing on our wall, Tom. We take a picture of it, like the temperature thing, where we write every time we get somebody. I think we're up to over 200. So we are building our in-house membership club with Tom. He's going to talk about what he does, but just want to share with you, dental insurance is incredibly cry inside inducing. Denied EOBs, send an x-ray of the x-ray, send perio charting of the perio charting. It's very frustrating. So Tom, I know I stole some of your thunder out of excitement, but share with us what you do to help dentists with dental stores.
So I think we could probably figure out how to send them an X-ray of an X-ray. I think it's something if we can figure that out. But actually, so I'm Tom from Dental Stores, and what we do is we help dentists set up and create their in-house membership program. We also help them offer products and services to their patients outside of that. And when you kind of integrate the two, it becomes kind of your own version of a little Amazon Prime type thing. But yeah, we've been very successful at that. You guys are doing awesome. I mean,
thanks.
A couple hundred members there. I know that you said your goal is to kind of completely go full membership.
Oh, full membership. That's it. People aren't going to be allowed to pay. This is 2024, just membership clubs like a Costco. People are going to say, I want to pay with my credit card. Nope, you got to do the membership club. Because once you do that, it also bonds the patient into good decisions of getting their teeth cleaned twice a year. Coming in, you've removed friction there, which is key. So Tom, I want to point out your text code. Do a free demo with Tom. It's amazing. Text clubs at 215-543-6454. We've had so much content with Tom. So I want to ask you a more detail-oriented question, Tom. You know, we're a year out from the pandemic. What have you seen with offices, either new signups or getting more people to sign up? How has the pandemic affected in-house membership club signups over the past 12 months?
Significantly. I would say there was a lot of people that were actually very hurt by the pandemic in terms of losing their health insurance. You know, I think there was one statistic, 26 million people went without health insurance. And a lot of those people got their jobs back, but they may not have gotten their health insurance back, right? They're getting different jobs that don't necessarily have health insurance. And with health insurance goes your dental insurance. So you have now a lot of people having no insurance. That's the first thing. And then on top of it, you know, they all want to do stuff online. They all want that convenience. Subscriptions are big. And really, when you're very transparent about what you're charging and you know, you're giving patients a great deal, it's a no-brainer for the patients. It's really super awesome for the practice, of course, but the patients look at it like, hey, for $30 a month, I could get, you know, my cleanings, all my dental care, you know, discounts on anything else I need. It's fantastic. Like you just can't beat it.
And people keep up the momentum with signing up again. And it's just, so your signups come to my phone, and it's just, when I see them, I'm just happy because I'm like, that person likes me, and we're recreating a relationship outside of dental insurance. But as we wrap up, Tom, tell me this, and we're going to do this commercial. So when you go to Alves and you order the nachos, they don't bring you chips. They don't tell you to cut up your tomatoes and make salsa. They don't throw random avocado and say, make it. They don't ask you to DIY your nachos, right? They make it for you. But I know our dentist people, okay? They're frugal. They're cheap. Hashtag dentist cheap. But I know you're as classy as they come, but just share with us in a broad picture way where DIYing a membership program, where that becomes a problem long-term. You could start doing it, but why using services like yours, just in an evergreen way, why using a platform helps you grow it?
Right. There are tons of reasons, too much for me to go into on this little short segment. But generally speaking, if you could outsource that you know, entire membership program to a third-party company like myself, you could then scale it. So if you're doing your in-house DIY stuff, you might get up to a couple dozen members, and it becomes very, very difficult to manage beyond that. We have an office that just signed up. In the past, 20 days, they've done 25 memberships.
Awesome.
You cannot possibly go at that speed or grow at that speed without software. It takes something, you know, you have to have very low friction way of patients getting access to that, of staff getting access to that, and then for it to be ongoing managed and all the auto billing and all the auto renewing, you know, ongoing. That's the difference between doing it yourself and you know, allowing someone else to do it. We could help you scale it and grow it more. So of course, you're saving money by doing it, you know, DIY, but you're also saving yourself a bunch of members that aren't signing up, because you could have a heck of a lot more.
And you're also just doing this. You're just annoying your team. Your team might keep it on the inside, but it's not something that really, just like how I've outsourced insurance billing, there's so many great ways to do that. So text Club to do a free demo with Tom. I'll bring everybody back on here for our wrap up. Thanks for sharing with us, Tom. Great seeing you in person. We bowling. I heard Brandon beat Ariel, or Ariel beat Brandon. I wasn't sure who won.
Yeah, that was a big thing there. So we'll
So
find out next time.
What I like to do with these, for anyone to come back on, we can put Josh back on too if he's still on here. I just like to ask people, or Josh is back
present. I'm present, yeah.
Just to review, we talked about community dental partners. They're not back on yet, but they help dentists with transitions, finding a job, selling your practice, DSO thing. We talked about Swell, getting people to say nice things about you. We talked with Josh about creative financing, especially over $1 million. And we talked with Tom, as I believe all these are Nacho brainers, but an in-house membership club affects us daily with changing our relationship with dental insurance. But what I like to ask them, because dentists are people too, sponsors are people too. In this 30-minute segment, what did you learn from someone else? What did you think, I never thought of it this way? Or what do you think, I could tell my client about this thing? So I'll start with you, Danny. What's something that you heard from one of the other panelists that you said, that's pretty interesting?
I was really impressed with hearing about the financing side. Looking at getting behind dentists, collaborating, getting capital for growth, or going and taking on 4 or 5 locations. You think about dentistry and the work behind the scenes that's taking place as there's a consolidation, and then so many people are fighting to keep private practice alive. It was really neat to see that.
Oh, cool. Really, really great. And that's a really good point for me as a medium-age dentist, and seeing all sides of this in an authentic way. Doesn't mean DSOs are good and private practice is good or bad. It just means that everyone should explore interesting options, because there's opportunity for regular dentists to create their own groups and be a colleague to the DSO. And people always say competitor, but that if I was a young dentist, I would look to get dentists together, work together, partner together, and grow something that could be a ship that sails the same seas as these DSOs. So really great. Tom, how about you?
Yeah, I would say the financing, again, the one thing I thought was pretty interesting about that was that you could get the government to pay like your first couple months. Is it interest, or are they paying the full thing? Because I'll take out a loan.
Principal,
pay 3 months on that.
Yeah, principal and interest. So it's capped at $9,000 a month. But right now, let's say you go pull out. And the other thing too is that there's some other incentives. Like normally for a 7A loan, you have a 3.5% to 4% guarantee fee that gets lumped into it. That's how the SBA doesn't lose a ton of money every year. They just charge a small insurance premium on every loan. But right now, they understand with the economy being what it is, they're like, okay, well, we can just forego those to help get money out the door. And so they did that. They increased the guarantee percentage. And normally when a bank does a loan, they're getting a 75% guarantee. Right now it's 90. So if I tell people, if you have any legitimate use of any extra capital for pretty much anything right now, you should go out and contemplate it, because especially with the guarantee fees being waived, there's a lot of incentives out there.
I'm just going to interject. Wait a minute. Weird. The most popular topic was money. So surprised, like bringing a baby to a party. No one cares about anything else. So I'm so glad that we had Josh share about creative. I know Brandon's probably going to jump on here in a second because he loves talking about this. Josh, share with us. You can't say yourself. So what is something that you're kind of new to the Nacho community and working with dentists? What's something interesting you heard? You said, hey, that's something my dentist could use, or that was an interesting point, or just, a key point from listening to the other presenters.
I liked what you guys were talking about with Swell, with all the reviews. So it's funny, my personal physician, I'm in the middle of moving from Las Vegas to Puerto Rico right now, but my physician, good friend of mine in Las Vegas, all he did was ask his patients, every new patient that came in the door, yeah, hey, can you leave me a review after their first consult? And he's like so far ahead of all the other internal medicine doctors in Las Vegas as a whole. Like he has hundreds of reviews. The next guy has like 20, right? And so he's like, I get so many new patients just from that. I'm on Yelp, I'm on Google, I'm on this, 4.5 stars. And I think a lot of people, they just get so tied up running their business, they forget, like, hey, just ask for the review, find it, give it, ask for that. And that's just going to be a revolving door.
It's also, we used to do that too and have microsites, but until you have Swell, it's just not possible to do it in a scalable way. Tom, it's not possible to do in-house membership at Scaleway. And then you're talking about scaling your dental business. So the theme seemed to be scaling because community dental partners, scaling for success. Really appreciate you guys being on. Love doing these shows, share them with your community. If you want to be a guest on Talking Nachos, learn more about it, just text Nachos at 215-543-6454. Really appreciate all you guys. Thanks for being part of our community, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Awesome. Thanks for having us.
We'll see you, Paul.